Oh shit, how's my hair though? I haven't even showered or anything.
Okay, who gives a shit?
Why are you whispering?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in again. Welcome back. Now, for this episode, we had a glorious idea. I was gonna, in anticipation of the new Halloween sequel, I was gonna show Nacho a movie that he had never seen before. The granddaddy of the slasher films, the original, Halloween. I was gonna record his reactions, make a big deal out of them, but upon viewing his reactions...
Was there a wrench? Oh...
We decided to just discuss the movie. So what did you think?
It was a good comedy. No, I mean, it goes back to the let's discuss topic that we did, strictly due to the fact that I don't watch horror movies because they don't scare me. I'm more towards like the gory / bloody side of things, like Jason and
the terrible stuff.
Fred. It certainly begs the question, like, what is Michael Myers? Because I don't really know too much about him, and I'd be interested to know more about him after watching this.
What do you think he is based on what you saw?
I thought he was a person. I thought he was a dead person who came back to life. More or less like Jason.
So you see Michael as a kid, he grows up, you saw him escape. What do you think he is at that point?
A demon of some... Oh, well, because, okay, what they say is, like, what the doctor was saying, like, you know, that kid has something evil in his eyes, but there's no backstory to that other than just one day he was peeping on his sister, I'm assuming, and just straight killed her just because.
What if I tell you that the original intention was for this to be it? No sequels, no explanation, that's it. That's
that would
all you
suck.
get. Why? Because you want to know more.
Oh, yeah.
That's the point.
Oh.
That's the point. It's very European in the fact that Americanized movies, it has to be linear. You
It
have
needs to have
know.
conclusion.
It needs to have a definite conclusion. You need to know why, you know?
Yes.
That's American filmmaking.
Okay.
European filmmaking is they give you a little and they have you fill in the blanks. Whatever you think it is, that's what it is. You're not supposed to know who Michael Myers is except for what was given to you. And that is a very European style of filmmaking. And that's what made him so scary in 1978. Nothing like that had been done.
Well, I don't like that too much.
But that is the point of the film.
It definitely makes me want to watch more. But I'm going to hold off until the remake comes out. I'm pretty sure...
The sequel.
The reboot, the...
Sequel.
A proper sequel.
Proper sequel.
I'm pretty sure we're probably going to go watch that as like
I'm going to watch it Thursday night.
a crew, I guess, or whatever. I expected a lot more out of it, I'm not going to lie. But that's just me coming off of other slasher flicks, you know. Because growing up, I used to watch those, and like the death scenes in that were like gritty and just like over the top and like blood and biscuits everywhere.
And campy and horrible.
I like those better than Halloween. But hey, you know, to each their own. So, alright, if I were to watch this movie in theaters, like, you know...
Never having seen Friday the 13th, never having seen...
On its release, probably me coming off of watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because that would probably be the type of person I would be. I would probably say Texas is what I would prefer. I would leave the theater being confused, like, why this, why, you know?
Now, when you're talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you're thinking of the 2003 remake, right?
I'm thinking of the newer ones because I haven't seen the original in an extremely long time, simply due to the fact because I was terrified of Leatherface. Like looking at him, like as a person, or like me being a youngster looking at that, I was just like, nope, staying away from that. Like, I don't like that. But, you know, growing up, I was just like, I'll give it a shot. You know, I'm with my homies, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is cool. It's dope. When movies really, like, ask for my attention, I usually, like, start biting my nails or fiddle with my fingers, or I just, you know, just kind of like this, you know, because I'm anticipating, like, what's next or, like, what's coming. I noticed I didn't do that in this movie. Yeah, I did it once, but I was just more like, I had, like, something on my fingers. And that's when I realized, I was like, this movie isn't making me do that.
Now, what if I told you this movie was made on a $300,000 budget?
Well, I mean, you have to take into consideration inflation over the years.
Today, that would be a budget of about $2 million.
Well, that's outstanding.
And then I told you off camera, for its time, this was the highest grossing independent film of all time.
Yeah. And me looking at it the way I do, that's very hard to believe. But that's just me. My opinion. Unpopular opinion.
Unpopular as fuck. Now, what are some different things you would have liked to have seen?
Definitely. I've said this time and time again. I wish there was a bit more killings. I wish the killings were a bit more over the top. I wish I had more more answers. But it's just like, I don't know. Like,
More.
Yes.
More.
Basically.
It's too minimalistic for you. Too simplistic.
Yeah, cause like, well, for example, like let's take a Friday the 13th movie.
Okay.
It's like legit like a camp full of teenagers,
Mhm.
and like in this movie it was like 3 girls and like
Three.
a guy and like 2 kids, and like
Mhm.
3 of them get killed, right? 3,
Mhm.
and I was like, that's it. Oh, and a dog.
The dog.
but yeah, so like that's it. I just
all of that
It
for
left-
this is what you're basically saying.
for the legacy behind Halloween, I
feel-
expected like so much more. Like, why is it this big? I get now everything that you're telling me. I understand why it's as big as it is, but it was just I expected something like completely different. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I was like the whole time I've been thinking of Halloween more along the lines of Friday 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, you know, shit like that.
Do you see the template, the blueprint for all of those films?
Yes, to an extent. Yeah, definitely to an
The
extent.
killer that can't be stopped, the final girl, the feeling.
Oh yeah, definitely.
At night, a holiday-based thing, you know. After Halloween, there was Friday the 13th, there was April Fool's, there was New Year's Evil, there was Silent Night, Deadly Night, Christmas.
Hold on. Wait, what?
You didn't know that?
Everything you just said, those are
movies. Friday the 13th. April Fool's is another movie.
April Fool's these are all
Horror slasher movies.
I was gonna say slower.
Slasher movies, yeah.
These are all
Slasher. Groundhog's Day.
how
That's all.
you're
Those are.
I'm tripping out right now.
And Halloween started that. Friday. Where do you think Friday the 13th got its name? Did you just think it was
I did not make that connection.
Halloween
Oh.
and then Friday the 13th?
You were blowing my mind. I mean, of course, the slasher genre had to come from somewhere. Like someone had to start it.
Yeah.
I see it in Halloween, but like the names Halloween, Friday the 13th didn't make that connection at all.
There's a movie called Prom Night too.
Wow,
That's a thing, yeah.
yeah.
Now, what do you think of The Mask?
I mean, of course, like it's very like imposing and just menacing and
Menacing.
you know, I guess horrific. But to me, based off everything that I've been saying, Leatherface takes the cake. Because at first, I didn't even know that it was a human face. Like I
Yeah.
just thought Leatherface, like
Had
okay,
a
like
mask
he
or
wears a
something.
mask of
Yeah.
like just like a face that he put together of other masks. That's what I thought it was. Because you know I was a little
but it's
kid.
almost actual face.
Exactly.
And that's
that makes
creepy.
it much more worse, but you know, like to just see the face, like this disjointed, it kind of disjointed, I guess, the mask on top of another person's face is just like, it doesn't look right. And then like Michael Myers, just like a generic Halloween mask and just put it on.
I mean, Leatherface, Friday the 13th, A Nightmare on Elm Street, these are things that really can't happen. Maybe Leatherface, maybe Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that can happen. That's grounded in realism.
Leatherface and Jason to an extent, minus the whole death.
Jason to no extent. There's no way that that's going to happen.
Well, the first one can happen, that's for sure.
Yeah, a mother out for revenge for a kid. But then the shocking twist at the end. And then part 2. And then part 3. And then 4. And then 5. And then he becomes a zombie, an evil spirit, a worm that possesses people. That can't happen.
Well,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
I
I'll
retract
give you that.
that, yeah.
That can happen.
it can because it's based off true events. Not Leatherface specifically, but it's based off of Ed Gein. Have
Neither-
you seen his nipple belt?
Yeah, I've seen.
That's weird.
Have you seen his skin couch? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, as you can tell, we have differing opinions, and everyone is entitled to their own opinion, no matter how wrong it is. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was a blast. Thank you guys. Subscribe, follow, comment your thoughts. Anything that you guys might want to add. Anything, do you agree with my take? Do you agree with his take?
No words. Just thanks for watching like always, and we'll see you guys next time.